Hello, students. I hope you're happy and healthy whatever day you are listening to this. Today, I want to help you in completing your application for JCamp. Okay, so of course, you want to go to your Discover You student portal. The website is super simple. It's just www.discoverus.org. And you're going to want to click Login. We'll scroll down, go to Student Login. And then your computer may or may not recognize your username and password and automatically log you in. So here we're brought to the home page. We have our flow recommendations as well as our My Flows list. In case JCamp isn't already here, I'll show you how to add it. Okay. So let's go up and go to Find a Flow. That brings you to the entire flow catalog where it's listed alphabetically, and we're just going to type it in. Here we are. Hit Learn More. And if you're applying to this and this is something that you want to add to your My Flows list, you're brought to the flow record that has all of the information about the program listed here. Always read through this just so you know important dates of when it's due, when it actually occurs, where it occurs, costs, and things like that. Okay, we're also going to add it to our My Flows list by going right under the picture to the box that says Let's Go, hit Next, and then completing the questions. So you would ideally be in one of these grade levels, be available to attend a program in DC during the program dates. GPA is not a requirement, so we're just going to hit yes anyway. And then this does require some level of citizenship, so just making sure that you are aware of that before you are spending your time to apply. Okay, hit yes and hit next. All right, so now it's saved under your My Flows list. And if you scroll down, you will see it here. You hit More Info, and now you are brought to the Flow Progress page. So this is where your advisor and yourself will update and view where you are in the process of applying to the program. So right now, since we're going to begin the application, we're just going to go ahead and update it to Working on Application. Hit Next to save that. Awesome. So now it says working on application. We can go to the actual application link. So if you go over to Flow Details, you have a ton of links and helpful information here. Okay. But two helpful links that we'll use is the program website and then, of course, the application website. So let's go to the program website first. And this is what it looks like. A ton of information about the program, a quick video, some helpful and notable alumni. I definitely encourage you to read through the website. It's helpful when you apply to the program and submitting your essays, or just kind of knowing what you're signing up for and seeing whether or not it aligns with what your goals are. Okay. So just scrolling down, there's a ton of information, a ton of people that have supported or students work for after participating in this program. And then there is the link to apply. So you're going to hit Learn More. Okay, and then again, there's some more information and it tells you kind of what you'll need before you start this application. This is one that you can save a draft for, which is great, but just before you open that up, you can view what you'll need in order to apply. So if we go through eligibility, you have to be a high school student currently in your freshman, sophomore, or junior year. So seniors, you unfortunately cannot apply to JCamp. You must be a citizen, national, or legal permanent resident of the U.S. So similarly, in the Flow portal, there is that kind of check to make sure that you're able to apply to this one. If not, I am sure there are other programs in the portal that you can sign up for. Just be sure to check that first. Okay, the required materials for submitting an application at JCamp are listed below. You will need a high school transcript, a letter of recommendation from a teacher, advisor, or counselor. They'll need to give you an email address to be contacted for the application, okay? There are 2 essays. They're fairly short, both 250 words in length. So I really like JCamp because they have some more non-traditional essay questions, so it makes it a little bit more fun to answer. So the first one being, if you had your own Netflix special or talk show on YouTube, who would you interview, what would you ask, and why? The second one, why do you think you should be selected for JCamp? So that's a little bit more general, but they're both 250 words in length, so definitely super doable for this application. Work samples and a YouTube video introducing yourself are encouraged, but not required. So that's important. So don't feel stressed if you don't have anything that you can submit for this, or you don't feel comfortable, shooting a YouTube video in order to submit your application. It is not required. It's just kind of a fun way to show off your personality and get the people that will review your application to know that much more about you. Okay. So more information about the actual application, what you'll do and what you'll gain is all listed here. Okay. So if you want to apply, you hit this big blue hyperlink that says apply for JCamp. So it is a little confusing when you kind of look on the website, whether or not it's the 29th or the 30th. Just submit by the 29th to be super safe. It is a program that is a little bit strict about their deadline, so earlier the better, okay? If we scroll down here, we'll just kind of, again, get that full overview of what you will need in order to apply. And you access this actually after you sign up. So it'll bring you to a screen for you to sign up, and you'll just put your name and email and create kind of an account. And then it'll give you the actual application here, okay? So it's fairly straightforward of an application. Your name, email, your personal information is going to be all here. As we scroll, your school advisor's full name. So this is the person that will do the recommendation for you. So whoever you choose, you would put their name here, whether it's your teacher, your school counselor, or someone else, your flow advisor, or someone like that. You would put their full name here, and then their email, where you are in high school, your school's name, school city, school state, okay? Does your school have a newspaper or other print publication, online news site, or broadcast department? Some information about your parents will go here, okay? Pretty straightforward. An emergency contact. So please note that this is information for someone other than your parent or guardian. So an older sibling that is an adult, your aunt, uncle, family friend, etc. Okay, their information would go here, and then how they're related to you. So more information about you. You will be staying on residence at JCamp, so it's important that you provide this information, especially if you do follow a certain diet. Some more personal information about yourself. Will you apply for financial aid in college? I know if you are a freshman or sophomore and you haven't really been thinking about college just yet, this might be a little confusing to navigate, but if I would just go ahead and select yes. out of caution. I think everyone should apply for financial aid. Even if you think you might be able to afford it, there could be help to pay for college. So go ahead and just select yes. Okay. The share your interest portion is a little bit more specific to the program JCamp. So there are 5 areas of journalism that you'll kind of cover or that will be covered in the program. And this is where you will rank yours. So if we go to the drop down, rank number 5, this is going to be your most interested. So it's kind of a greatest to least situation. Okay, so number 5 is not your least, but your most interested subject, as it says there. Okay, so there's writing and reporting, TV reporting, radio podcasting, photo and video editing shooting, web-based design, interactive graphics, data journalism. Okay, so any of those, kind of depending on what you see yourself doing or what your interest is right now with journalism, with photography, with whatever it might be that interested you to apply to JCamp, go ahead and rank or select one for your most interested. And then your second most interested, your third most interested, your fourth most interested, and then obviously your least interested would go here. Okay? Please check the box next to any additional skill area in which you have experience. So if you are a part of your high school newspaper or you have skills that you use outside of school for personal projects or family work or church or whatever it is, any other organizations that you might be a part of, please list those skills here. So oftentimes if you work for a school newspaper or a school yearbook and you use any of the Adobe products, that might be part of page design. If you are part of the photography club or the photography section of newspaper and yearbook, you are doing some type of photo editing and things like that. So go ahead and don't skip over this section. If you feel like there are some things that haven't been shown here that are other journalism skills, go ahead and put those here. Maybe interviewing or something along those lines could be another journalism skill that you could display here. Your t-shirt size, and then there is a section where you're kind of uploading and putting other information. So the reference letter that your teacher, advisor, counselor will submit for you will go here. So whether they want to submit it in a different format, they don't want to give it to you, you can put their email. So your advisor's email would go here. If they send it to you, make sure it is a PDF, JPEG, or JPG file, and you would just upload it here from your computer. Okay. Your transcript. So the most recent high school transcript is ideal. Please reach out to your advisor on how to get that if you don't currently have one. Uploaded here. And then again, we're brought back to that work samples and section for the YouTube video. If you do not have any work samples, it is, again, not required, but encouraged. So don't freak out if you feel like you don't have anything to put in these. But if you have a website where you post your work, your photography, or you've had an article published or something like that, go ahead and put your link here. If it is a page that you edited and created for your school newspaper or church or a business or anything like that, download it as one of these files and you can upload it here. Okay? And you can upload a max of 3. The YouTube video link can go here of you kind of introducing yourself and in the context of applying to the program. Keep it professional, but definitely show your personality in this, okay? And then if your social media accounts are appropriate and really display maybe what you're passionate about, if you really love the environment and your social media is all about that, you recycle, you volunteer, whatever it is, definitely include that because it is going to paint a better picture of you as an applicant, okay? And then we're brought to the question. So again, they are 250 words or less. This is the more interesting one about the Netflix special or talk show on YouTube. And then this is the one about JCamp. So for both of these, please write a draft and send to your advisor to review. Make it personal, but also, keep it professional and formal, because you are competing against many other students for a spot at JCamp. So you want to keep it within the requirements, 250 words or less, but also showing your personality and keeping it professional. There is an optional essay. It is optional, so you do not have to include it. But if there's anything personally that you want to include about yourself, there's something that you're really passionate about, or something that really defines you, that you want to explain, that you feel like you couldn't explain in any of the questions earlier, you can place it here. So I would stick within 250 words or less as well for this section, to kind of supplement anything else that you don't feel like you were able to convey in the rest of your application. Okay, and then you just hit I agree and apply. So it's that simple. Of course, reach out to your advisor for any help on any section of this application. It is fairly straightforward, but if you do have any questions, do not hesitate to ask before submitting. You want to submit your best application, and your advisors and the rest of the Discover You team is here to help. So I hope that this was helpful, and best of luck in applying to JCamp.